Hello group, before we start into this week's topic, I just want to touch a little bit on last week, the feedback to students, and also how important feedback can be to instructors. I know in the past I've given feedback to people and they found it very encouraging. Just like Sarah said, it must have purpose and be the right amount of feedback. And also, I was really interested in what Cecile said about how feedback gives an insight, a desire to continue learning rather than just like being finished with the project. And it's funny because in another class I'd submitted a paper and I got some very constructive feedback, and I actually emailed the instructor saying, "Do you want me to answer this?" And he said, "Oh no, it's just for you to continue exploring on your own," which I thought was interesting. Because usually in the past I have certain courses just taking the mark and that's that, and on to the next topic. Though in this one here, luckily things continue from one to the next and it all joins together. And also, I wanted to mention, I believe Wanda had mentioned about how sometimes you get a mark and no feedback at all. So really, how do you improve with that? So that brings us to this week, which is evaluating learning. So Amanda had posed some questions for all of us, and this one I struggle with myself. Like a lot of times we do have courses where you do assign yourself a mark, and all evaluation is a judgment. So how can we tell if everyone's learned the same amount or not? I think that it's important to understand that evaluation is intended to improve instruction and learning, though there are different types of evaluation. On page 171 it talks about formal and informal, where myself, I know a lot of times I would rather have an informal conversation or somehow illustrate that I've learned the material rather than taking a test, which is like a more structured thing. I feel a lot more anxious, and it's not as easy, I guess, for me to show what I've gained, what I've learned. Perhaps you guys have thoughts on that, which also brings us into self-evaluation. On page 176 it mentions self-evaluation also has to do with the issue of power and the relationship between teacher and learner. If students are being encouraged to become autonomous, independent learners, and yet instructor maintains the power of assigning marks, full student autonomy is not yet achieved. And it goes on to say self-evaluation often raises eyebrows among colleagues and administrators who may fear that students will just give themselves A's with no valid assessments. I believe this week already one of our classmates has posted an assessment model which could be used to justify your mark. Though generally most courses I've had where we had self-assessments, you write a paragraph or a page or two detailing why you deserve what you've given yourself. So I'm wondering if many of you, maybe that's a new, maybe you haven't had many courses of self-evaluation. I personally had not had any until I started taking adult learning courses. But I like the self-evaluation method, and I also like the journal to show growth through the course. Like always, I'm looking forward to hearing what you guys like for evaluating yourself or evaluating those you're working with. And as promised, I'm going to show you a picture of the rocking horse that I made for last year, when I took this course and I did a project on a rocking horse. So stand by. Based on a rocking horse that I built after doing my project on a rocking horse.
Pick it up.